In the world of luxury hospitality, there's this constant pressure, right? You've got to fill your rooms. But how do you actually do that without watering down the very prestige you've worked so hard to build? Well, today we're going to explore a really powerful strategy that swaps out discounting for something, well, something far more valuable: experience. Okay, let's dive into the art of strategic packaging.
Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and it's my pleasure to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Now, how do we tackle this challenge? It all starts with understanding a core principle of luxury branding. You see, the second you start competing on price, you really risk losing that magic. In this explainer, we're going to break down how to move beyond discounts and create value that builds both your reputation and your revenue. Let's get started.
So this is it. This is the big question every single luxury hotelier faces. The old school move of just dropping prices? It's a really dangerous game in the premium market. It can attract the wrong kind of clientele, and honestly, it can permanently damage how people see your brand. So what's the alternative?
And that brings us right to the heart of the conflict. It's this constant balancing act between keeping up your premium position and, actually stimulating demand. It's a delicate dance for sure, but mastering it is absolutely the key to long-term success. And the foundation of all this? It's a concept called rate integrity.
Rate integrity isn't just about protecting your bottom line. It's about protecting your story, that promise of quality you make to every guest. When you offer a discount, you're basically telling the world your standard price isn't really justified. But maintaining that rate integrity? That signals confidence. It preserves the exact aspirational value that luxury guests are looking for.
The real solution here lies in a pretty profound shift in how we think about our business. We have to move away from the transactional job of just selling rooms and really embrace the art of selling unforgettable experiences. And trust me, this isn't just some marketing slogan, it's a fundamental strategic pivot.
And you can see the two approaches laid out so clearly right here. On one side, you've got the discount mindset. It's purely transactional, it's all about price, and it attracts those fleeting comparison shoppers. But the experience mindset? That focuses on value. It creates a real emotional connection, it enhances your brand story, and crucially, it cultivates loyal guests who come back for the feeling, not just the price tag.
And to really get why this works, you have to get inside the head of the luxury guest. Look, their decisions aren't being made on a spreadsheet. They are driven by emotion, by this deep desire to create memories. They value personalization, that feeling that you truly understand them. They are evaluating the richness of the entire journey, not just the cost per night.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It captures the entire strategy perfectly. When you package an experience the right way, you completely shift the conversation. You're no longer on the defensive, justifying a price. You're inviting a guest into a story.
Okay, so that's the mindset shift. But how do we actually put it into practice? Let's get into the blueprint for crafting a package that guests will find absolutely compelling. And this takes insight, creativity, and a really deep understanding of who your guests are and what they're truly looking for.
All right, the single most important ingredient is relevance. A generic package that just, bundles a room with breakfast isn't going to create any excitement. The experience has to feel like it was designed just for that guest, aligning perfectly with their real reasons for traveling.
For instance, think about the traveler who's seeking rest and restoration. You could create a wellness journey. Now, this isn't just a spa credit. It's a whole, cohesive story of rejuvenation, from the food they eat to the treatments they get. It all feels so purposeful.
Or, what about the guest who wants to explore? A cultural discovery package gives them more than just a map. It offers things like exclusive museum access or curated encounters that really make the destination come alive. It positions your hotel as the gateway to a truly authentic experience.
And of course, for the business traveler, an executive retreat anticipates their every need. It's not about being flashy. It's about seamless efficiency, total privacy, and those thoughtful comforts that let them perform at their absolute best. You see? Each of these packages speaks directly to a specific motivation.
But look, having a brilliant concept is only half the battle. In the world of luxury, delivery is everything. A fantastic idea on paper can completely fall apart if the execution isn't absolutely 100% seamless.
Okay, so executing this perfectly requires a clear plan. First, you have to get your teams on the same page. I mean, everyone, from marketing to the front desk to housekeeping. Second, empower your staff. Don't just give them a script, train them on the story of each package so they become true ambassadors of that experience.
Third, orchestrate every single touch point, and finally, build in flexibility. Let guests personalize things, because luxury is never one size fits all.
You have to remember this. Consistency is your brand's currency. The guest has bought into a promise, and every single detail of their stay has to deliver on that promise. There is simply no room for error when you're selling an experience at this level.
Now, when you get this right, the benefits go so far beyond just the immediate booking revenue. You start building something much, much more valuable, a legacy of excellence, and incredible guest loyalty.
And this chart really visualizes that payoff. I mean, yes, of course it enhances revenue, often by getting guests to experience more of what your property has to offer. But just as important, look at this. It strengthens your brand equity, it builds powerful guest loyalty, and it often encourages longer, more profitable stays. It is a total, holistic win.
Because ultimately, this is what we're in the business of creating. Not just transactions, but genuine moments of delight. Those emotional connections that become cherished memories. That is the true return on investment, and it's something a simple discount could never, ever achieve.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about as you move forward in your amazing careers. In every decision you make, just ask yourself, are you simply selling a stay? Or are you inviting your guests into a story they will never, ever forget? The answer to that will define your success.